episode of Ian is a Weirdo. Today was Gracie wasn't planning on going live, but my cat ran away. But luckily, my neighbor found him, and that was fine. I live in an apartment building, so luckily someone found him, and he's reunited. It's crazy getting him here because they have this like spiral staircase, which if you've heard me talk about my kind of muscle weakness and like my bone issues and why I'm using a cane, stairs are like the hardest thing for me. So they're on this like really thin spiral staircase up from my level, and I had to get my cat, who was wedged behind a refrigerator, and so that was a pain in the ass. But I got him. It only took a couple minutes, and thankfully, and um, then we're going down the stairs, and I have to hold him. I'm afraid he might jump off or something like that if I don't hold him with two hands. But then I like literally can't hold him with two hands because I am going to fall and eat shit down these stairs. So I hold him with one hand, and I'm like gripping the wall or the railing, whatever I can find, with the other hand. This is him. Still smell like piss. Still smell like piss. And spoiler alert, he peed all over me. He peed all over the stairs. Every inch he could drench in his fear pee, he peed all over me. So that was cool. So had a pretty lengthy shower as a result. And but he's happy, healthy, eating, drinking. He just I guess he's like snuck out the door when I don't know how. I never leave the door like wide open or anything like that. And the door is a pull, not a push. So they're like to my apartment. So I don't know how it happened really. I'm so glad he didn't get out. I'm so glad. I'm so glad for a lot of things. There's a lot of street cats around here, and he's a scaredy cat, and I don't think he would do well with an encounter with another cat. He's got a history with cats being pretty awful to him. And yeah, so luckily he didn't have to deal with that. Luckily he didn't find anyone who thought that black cats were bad luck and killed them. Like literally was a thing. And so anyways, crazy day. Got the call from my neighbor because I'd put some signs up, and he was like, "This is where your cat is," and that he was right there. So I'm so glad. But he was missing for about 24 hours, and I was losing my mind for about 20 of those. At first I was like, maybe he's just really asleep somewhere. Nope, he was not here. So, anyways, I'm gonna play, and I've got my new hair. I don't have any product in it, so it's gonna get pretty frizzy in the time that we're here together, but that's okay. Let's play some Magic. I put together this deck. I'm utilizing World War Hulk. Now, I think traditionally this card would be best in like a Brawl green red deck. However, I wanted to put a Selesnya deck together where it really pumps up creatures. And I thought that this could be an opportunity to use it like that. So I hope you enjoyed this. Honestly, I played it a couple times, and this deck is doing the best out of all of my decks, which is pretty sad because it's not winning a whole lot, but it's winning more than maybe like equal to my my Mardu deck, which I like my. I don't know what's going wrong with that deck, but as soon as Marvel came out, man, that deck has sucked wind, and not just against Marvel cards. So I hope you all are having a better day than I did. I hope you didn't get peed on, unless you're into that kind of thing. And I hope that you and your pets are, living the dream right now. I definitely think this could take some tweaking, but I think it's got potential thus far. And so I'm happy to have a deck that's not immediately shit. Oh, do we have an Izzet? Oh, I hate Izzet decks. Okay, so we would have to pay for that. What's the ward one? Okay, we could pay it. I love the art on these. Let's get ward one, so we have to pay one. I'll auto pay here. Okay. But I can take it out with this now. I totally forgot about this. Hi, baby. Hi, sweet boy. Hi, sweet boy. I should have been doing that every turn, but I am an idiot. I am stupid and terrible at magic. This one I've been having trouble with because it says choose up to 2, and then you have a list, and then every time it only lets me pick 1. So don't know what that's about. That might be a glitch, or maybe again I'm just an idiot. Just gonna use one of these. And hope it pops off. They've got 2 untapped, so they could put it back in their hand. We'll go for it. Artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Okay, well that doesn't really help me there, admittedly. Okay, so they're at 8 life. They're definitely going to take 2. That's my attempt to be a horse. It's not great. It's not great. Okay. Yep. I think that that's reasonable. So yeah, so it's like it's not a very fast deck at all, but it seems to be holding its own in the matches, which I'm obviously happy about. And then if we look at my Tickle Tickle deck, which is the Mardu, it's just like that one's not doing nearly as well. And that one was, I would say, fairly competitive for my skill level. So I don't know what happened, I think it's very rude. I like that sword. Oh, this is not a very good starting hand. Shit. I feel like with how this deck's playing, I shouldn't go for it. I'm gonna mulligan. Whoa. Okay, well, this isn't great either, but it's not the worst I've ever seen. I'm gonna put Wrath back, even though such a great card. I have no red right now. Okay, so we got a couple turns ready to go. So Swamp. I like clicking things in the arena. When this creature dies, create a 2/1. Okay. Honestly, the amount of text on the Marvel cards is just too much. Who has time to read a fucking novel? I don't. I don't have the attention span for that shit. Okay, now we need red, and I have no red. I know it changes when it dies, but I can at least kill it. And now I am stuck. These both, okay, the same card. Let's just go for it. I'm not gonna be able to block those little babies anyways. Did not read the note about Menace. See, I just can't. And I know that the note about like if it's like the card explain what the card does, blah blah blah, whatever. Shit, I'm so fucked with this land. But I don't want to read all that. That's just too much. It's too much text. Simplify your concepts. I guess we're going mono black Hydra or something. Let's see what they exile. Like, look how tiny that text is. Oh wait, they took mine? Okay. I can't even read. There's literally so much. Not on my ADHD med, y'all. Meds, y'all. So. Okay. At least I can. So I can get the life gain. Yeah, no red, one black. 3 lands. Literally can't play. Oh, this card art's fantastic. It's like instead of reading the text like I should be, I'm like, ooh, pretty pictures. Ooh, pretty pictures, Scotty. Okay. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep. Well, I got one red, but it's a little too late for that. Okay, so did win that time. The skin of my teeth. What a weird expression. And I ranked up. I've been moving a lot slower through the ranks this time just because my decks haven't been that great against what's out there. So also I haven't been playing as much, but mostly because my decks suck and I suck. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, very cool, very cool. Assassin, Massacre Girl. Creature Human Assassin. Also, these are really hard for me to read because of the background. That's fun. Super Scroll. Okay. Like a lot of 5-color here in the set. I'm going to play this deck again just to maybe show you what's going on with it, but okay, so now we have some. I don't know. Okay, maybe. I'm gonna keep 7 on this. Can't be blocked. Threshold when it feels comment to draw a card. Hey Zach, welcome in. How are you? Oh, it's Zach Raid. Oh, thank you. I didn't realize you were still on. I wouldn't have gone on. How are you feeling? I was saying earlier in the stream, the reason I didn't really talk about it much, but Scotty was missing for like 24 hours, and I didn't get a call from a neighbor until like a couple hours ago. So I was just like a mess all day. But I didn't want to like interfere um, with your with your vibes with your surgery. I'm gonna decline. I'm gonna keep this. I have no idea how he got out. I didn't even know. I was like, is he here? Because like it's not like easy unless I just like left the door open somehow, which I guess I did. I don't know, but I was like telling my therapist because I was freaking out, and I called them kind of an emergency, and I was like, I literally don't know how this happened, and I'm freaking out, and I'm like borderline like hallucinating right now. I don't know how he got out, but he was just in like the hallway. There's like a apartment that goes off of the hallway that has like a bunch of steps, and they left their door open, and he ran up the steps. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be game. Like not like this turn, but next turn. Yeah, please don't scare me like that. But how are you feeling, Zach? I was thinking about you this morning, but I was also like a mess, and I didn't want to. I just didn't know how to handle all those emotions. So I like clicking on these little eyeballs because they go away for a little bit, and then they like bloom again. Sometimes these eyes will go away when you click them. This was definitely a faster game than things have been. Like when the pieces line up, this this deck really holds its own. But when it doesn't, it really doesn't. It really, really doesn't. Good, because my brother passed away from MRI. Oh, I didn't know that about your brother. I mean, I knew that he had passed, but I didn't know the details, and obviously that's kind of your story to tell. Um, okay, so because they did the like scope and everything, right? And so now they're gonna do an MRI and a genetics test, right? Am I understanding that? I'm so glad you went in. I know you were so anxious, and I think you had every reason to be. But getting to know your genetic factors and getting to know your risk and be preventative is such a big deal. I'm so proud of you, Zach. I'm a proud papa, even though I'm not your papa by any means. So one more game, and I get all of these. So I get 4 Iron Man Tony Starks, 4 Scarlet Witch Wanda Maximoff. Maximoff. I don't know why my mouth was like. Blah, 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 blah. 4 Quicksilver Pietro Maximoff, and 4 Mockingbird Bobby Morse. I don't know who Mockingbird is, but that's cool. Okay, so let's go with the other deck. So, I mean, you all must be my good luck. And they said that your lungs are good. That's awesome. And your heartbeat was a bit high. Okay. Well, I'm glad that they're taking kind of your health very seriously. I think that those are the things that we can't just sit back and, a lot of us can't afford to just sit back and be passive about our health. We have to be active and involved in going to doctors and getting procedures done and taking charge of our health. And so I know it's not fun, but I'm happy that you're doing that. Don't worry about the things. Yeah, it was. Thank you. I just like for me, it was like I was so wrapped up in that I couldn't be supportive anymore to you, and I didn't want to. I knew that I couldn't do that. It's like I think it's important to know what you can and can't do realistically, so you're not putting yourself in a position where you're crossing anyone's boundaries or you're putting yourself in a place where it's like you're not going to be helpful. You're not going to be a good friend. Like for me, a good friend like has to put their oxygen mask on first, especially if it could like if I was like, oh, Scotty is this and that and that and that, which like you're a good friend, but you're like, I'm very nervous about this procedure. Well, that wouldn't be helpful to you, right? And so I think that there's a balance in things. I think it's normal to nap after anesthesia. I think that's pretty normal. Okay, so let's go play the World of Hulk. Hulk. Hey, Scotty. Hey, sweet boy. Scotty peed on me. Scotty was scared when we were going down the stairs and he peed all over me. So I had a really long shower to clean myself. I was like, this sucks. Okay, so I don't have any white. Could put this out on turn 2, and then I also have these. Let's try this out because I have a fair amount of land, so I don't know what that was. I really don't know what that was. You were awake through it. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Did you know you were going to be awake? You just stressed last night and only slept 3 hours. I totally, I think that I understand that. That makes sense. Ravenous robots, they always look like eggs to me. Hi, Kit Kat. Hi, Kit Kat. My dream would be that all my friends play Magic, and we can play Magic on Arena. So if you're interested in playing Magic, even if you know absolutely nothing about trading card games and it seems very intimidating to you when I talk about it or anyone talks about it, please, if you want to play, it's really fun. Oh shit, it's legendary. Um, I don't have anything in my graveyard. What the hell are you talking about? Where the hell you been, Logan? Hi. Hi, little pee-pee boy. Hi, little pee-pee boy. Oh. He's like just crawled under my arm. Oh, you must have been so scared. You must have been so scared. You're not. You're a lot of wonderful, lovely things. Brave. Equipment, artifact. Ooh, I could just destroy this. I didn't even think about that. He's not a brave boy. He's very scared. He's had a lot of trauma. He's just a scared young man. And I won that game. Yeah, he's not brave. But he is very sweet. And that's got to count for something, right? That's got to count for something. What a tail. Ooh, that's a cool card. It's expensive. Stop with this, like, dissertation worth of deal non-combat damage to a creature you control. I can't think of what deck is better for that. But I got an achievement. You didn't take your water pill? Does one day make a big difference? I know a lot of times, like, it's not a huge deal. But that's not to say every time. Okay, so I got those cards. I'm not playing. Well, I'm playing the Mardu deck, but that's cool. I'm not playing a lot of heroes in my decks, so I'm not really getting any of those achievements. So before Scotty came, I got the call for Scotty. I was drinking like a can of beer, and I really had only taken like 2 sips, and then I got the call, and I had it on my desk here, and when I brought Scotty back, I put him in the room, and then I went to clean up all the pee everywhere. and he like I guess like ran to get under the covers or something, and he spilt the beer, and the it looked a lot like pee, and I was like, "What have you done?" I was like freaking out. I thought he just like peed everywhere in here too. I was like, "What is happening?" But it was beer. So I licked it up. No, I'm just kidding. It's gross. Also, I see a lot of people hanging out in the room. So if you want to chit chat, if you want to tell me what you would be doing in my situation here, that's cool. Or if you want to tell me what you're playing, you want to talk about Magic, you want to talk about the current set. Wait, let me make sure. Okay, so that doesn't have word on it. That's word 2. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, boop, 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 boop. Get fucked. He's the same troublemaking. He's not troublemaking. He's just wandering around. This is small. I mean, it's a very small apartment, so he's just trying to stay entertained. Which, like, when I'm not like watching, when I'm not, on live or something, hanging out with him more. Um, oh, okay. How did? Why? What? I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have won that. That was nice of them. What happened? I definitely lost that, right? Rewatch that. I wasn't keeping track of my health. But yeah, he's really not a troublemaker. I mean, he's like the least troublemaker a cat can be. They're all a little mischievous, but he's like not. He's not a troublemaker. That deck moved so quickly. 2, 4, 3. I think the screen must have glitched out because I it said I was at 4 life, but I went from 15 and then they hit for 3 and then I was at 4. But then they quit in the middle of combat. That's weird, right? Okay. Well, yeah, you all are my good luck charms because I literally have won every game tonight. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I have secondhand embarrassment for myself there. So, um, yep. Okay. I feel like okay, so in all my playing, I've never gotten World War Hulk out, and I'm playing 2. So maybe I need to bump it up to 3. Because like that's the whole kind of vibe that I built. Uh that I built the deck off of. Okay, so here's World War Hulk. It's 5 drop. Okay, so okay. I don't love this, but I want to play World War Hulk. So will I do something stupid? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty decent. Like clicking on things. That. Okay, alright, alright. Okay. So that's actually not helpful at all right now, but it will be. Obviously, lands are good. I feel like I sound weird. Hello? Hello? Yep, I sounded weird. Rabbit just hit you with all the bunnies. I'm looking at the beer that was partially spilled. It's not. I cleaned it up. I have like there's still some left in the can. I'm once I if I get diagnosed with celiac, I'm gonna go completely gluten free because I want to not feel like shit garbage all the time. So I'm trying to enjoy my time with gluten well I can. Who knows? I might not even have celiac, but if I do, I'm gonna give it up. If you have celiac, tell me how. What kind of stuff you like eating? Cool card. I just really like Magic. It's a cool game for cool people. I really want to find a deck building game that I can play like this. I play Ascension on my phone. Um, but okay, so we're at 5. So once that pops off, should be interesting. This is an interesting little game we're playing here. I can actually call back World War Hulk. Elemental fish. I don't have a creature, but I'm just gonna put this out. these cards confuse me so much. I think Arena's so great at highlighting how cards work. Trying to decide which one I should destroy. Sucking on a battery. Pew, 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 pew. I know they have other stuff that they're just gonna hit me in the face with, but at least we're moving along. This is gonna get doubled and have trample. So damn it. I don't really know what happened just now. But okay. Mm-hmm. Should I bring back World War Hulk or should I bring back the Giant? What do y'all think? Oh, it's letting me do 2 now. Okay. Finally, because it hasn't been like, maybe it's okay. Maybe I just didn't have them in my graveyard, and I'm an idiot. World War Hulk. Okay. You know what? I should have put that on the bird. On the bird. It's okay. They're probably gonna get me. Yep. That's a good game. Oh, fuck off. Ow. Rude. So rude. Okay, let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, there's literally no way. I like clicking on this little rope over here. That's in the air. Can't block that. Dead, 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 dead. I wonder if Ascension is in what's that thing that I have? Take me to my desktop. Horrifying. Horrific. Terrifying. Steam. I was like, what is it called? Steam. Okay, so you have to pay for Ascension. But if there's other Uh, let's see. There are certain. Why can't I words right now? Um, there are other expansions that are cheaper. So let's see. So I have the physical uh, Ascension Delirium. Let's see. I'll tab over to you, show you my screen. So not all of these are uh, the deck building game. So this is Delirium is. I have the physical game, but it's in North Carolina. I really like playing it. It's a fun game. I first got it when I went to whatchamacallit. When I went to Gen Con, I went there for my bachelor party, which was super fun, and started playing this. I want to see if you can play with other people and if they need to buy it. Okay, single player, multiplayer, cross platform player, downloadable content, Steam achievements. Is it telling me that it is, or is it? I guess that's. Still in the process of editing. That's your life. Yeah, I understand. You know what? I've given up on editing videos. I'm like, I'm gonna do it live, and that's what you get. Although I am having fun editing photos because it's just like it's not that like you're not like waiting for like a sentence to end so you can stop it and then you see like I like that. For some reason, that's just so like ugh, so much. Okay. I want to know if people need to pay for the game, if everyone who's playing needs to pay for the game, or if I can play it with people and they don't have to buy it. I know you're busy, Lori. So whenever you want to learn it, I would be happy to show you. And also, like, there's a tutorial. There's several tutorials that you can play in Arena to learn how to play. Arena is also free, which is great. I've not spent a cent on Magic since I started playing again, which is pretty rad. So whenever you're ready to play, I would absolutely love to teach you. Also, so I'm looking at Ascension right now, and Ascension is a deck building game. So it's a different type of game. What happens is you start with like everyone starts with the same amount of cards, and cards come out in the lineup, and you buy them, and then they become part of your deck that you use to that therefore like then with, you know, play with going forward in the game. And then your goal is to have the most points, and each card has a certain like number of points and stuff. Thank you. I will. I will. I'm giving him lots of hugs and kisses and pets. It's the tagging crap, and this one needs specific rules. uploaded. Hint, hint. Keep your eyes open. Is that the one that may or may not be going up on Wednesday? If I heard correctly in your live. Okay, I'm gonna Google this because I don't fucking know. If you buy Ascension on Steam, do friends have to own game as well? Yes, if you buy the base game of Ascension deck building game on Steam, your friends must also buy a copy of the game to play multiplayer with you. Okay, because like I would buy it, but I don't. I mean, Lori, Zach is so like this. This is a game that I think is more accessible than Magic. It's not as complicated. Once you get kind of the vibe, it's actually fairly straightforward, and it's really fun. So this expansion is $3.99. This is Delirium. This has a little bit more. This has like one more component than the typical Ascension. Games are really fast, probably 30 to 45 minutes, I would say. Maybe October. Yep, Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, I mean, October tends to be a busier month for me, only with the coming of the best holiday. But that sounded weird when I said it. So the base game is $10. So you have to, everyone has to buy it to play it, which I find a little bit annoying. Then there are expansions like Delirium, like Legends. You know what? I could go ahead and show you what this game looks like, and if this is something. Birthday month November. Birthday month November. I don't know what that was. Math Ascension. Honestly, that just sounds fun. Does anyone remember that? What was that? Math Blaster game? That game was fucking awesome. It was rad. Okay, so I'm gonna hide this from you all real quick so I can put in my info. You worried for nothing. Honestly, you just never know what's going to happen. It's okay to have some anxiety, but I'm glad that your doctors took really good care of you. And I'm going to buy the. Okay, it's $5. No, it's $4 for Delirium. I'll get this one because if we want to start playing together, this would be cheapest. Sorry, it's making me do all this stuff. Oh, you have to own the base game. Okay. That makes sense. I mean, not 100% because you can buy the expansion by itself, like the physical expansion by itself. When you buy, every time you buy tabletop games, they're so expensive. They're so freaking expensive. So uh, this is actually like nothing compared to it. And then you don't have like a bunch of big ass boxes. Okay, give me 1 second. And it's cross-platform too, which is great. So no matter what you have. So yeah, if you want to play this game with me, I think it's a really fun game. It's really fun. I'm gonna get up and stretch. Don't look at my boxers. I had pants, but someone peed on them, and that someone is not me. Poor Scotty. He was so scared. He, I've seen him. He's so scared he peed himself, but that just didn't sit well. Okay, let's play Ascension. So, so like I said, if you don't know, so the difference between something like Magic and something like Ascension, they're very 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 different games in how they're played and in what you do with them. So with Magic, you get you have a deck at the beginning of your game, and you play with that deck the whole time during the game, and you can design that deck yourself, or you can get something that's called a pre-constructed deck. So someone else put the deck together and you just play it. And that's your goal is to do damage to the other person. There's a couple other like win conditions that you can get to win the game. So that's Magic. Very different. Um, you can have a bunch of different play styles, different types of decks, all different types of stuff. So, deck building game is different in that, um, like I said earlier, everyone's starting with the same cards. So you get usually 10 cards. It depends on the game. but you get 10 cards. And what you're doing is you are trying to collect cards that will then turn around and you can use them to buy more cards. And everyone has this. Everyone has the same access to the same cards. So you're kind of battling head to head to build not only a better deck that will get cards, but the ultimate goal. So like there's a couple goals that you're thinking of when you're playing a deck building game. One is how do I get better cards from the lineup? The other is at the end of the game, how do I um, how do I win the game? And how you win the game is having the most points, and so that is like better cards are going to be worth more points. So not only are they advantageous for your current game, but they're advantageous for the long game. But usually they're more expensive. So sometimes it's better to get two small cards versus one large card. Blah 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 blah. Could throw a bunch of things at you right now, but do you really care? I don't know. Oh, I need to install it. I'm back. I look horrifying. I look like a clown, kind of. I kind of feel like I'm giving clown vibes. Just gonna give it a seckie to download. But this is a game that me and my ex played a lot. It was just like this was our like let's have a glass of wine, let's play this game. It's very chill, and I would say it is easier to be fun and non-competitive in Ascension and deck building games than it is in other games. Like Magic can be hard to be non-competitive. DC also has a deck building game, um, like DC Comics, but it doesn't look like that's on there. What is everyone up to? If you haven't already, talked about it, what are you up to? I like wasn't eating. I was just really feeling rough when Scotty was missing. I was so scared because like not only like we have like a bunch of street cats. I'm right next to the street, so like he could get hit by a car, he could get attacked by a cat, but also he's a black cat, and there are people, which is always crazy to me. Sorry, I have hair in my mouth, Scotty. Um, but there are also people who think that black cats are bad luck and do kill and hurt them, and which is just like horrifying. Um, so and I didn't want to get into that headspace where like I knew that that would be, or I thought that that would be an issue. Um, but you just panic when you are worried about your little baby. I can definitely tell he's like just shaken up. He's like a lot more touchy right now. Um, and just like rattled. Um, when he first got into the room, he like immediately darted up into the under my bed. Okay, let's do this. Okay, maybe it's not fully ready. Hey, just these false starts. Just tell me what it is. Okay, how do I get this up here? Give me. I don't know why it's not. We're gonna have to do the entire screen thing. It's gonna be annoying. Sorry. So many me's. Hi. Oh God. Let's see if it's working. I forget exactly how this works. Like, if this is me, I don't remember. I think if I do this, it's can't remember if it's more difficult or less difficult. I don't know. Okay, so you automatically get a lot of the expansions and like promos. But we'll just go with the jeez. Member for a month. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Thank you, Lori. Yes. Get some sleep. I know you deserve it. Okay, so this is just kind of the different expansions and stuff. Look at that guy. Oh. Okay, so here's our hand. So there's different types of resources that we have. So we have these gems right here. And you can look at the cost of things in the top right hand corner. I'm going to explain things like anyone's going to play right now. And then you can do with that what you will. And then there are these monsters that we can defeat, and they are notated with these kind of fighting thingies. And so right now I have one, so I can't defeat him or him, and then you can always buy a mystic, a heavy infantry, or defeat the cultists, and you can do that as many times as you want per turn. Once you defeat a monster, it goes into the void. So that just means that you can't defeat it multiple times. And then once you get one of these cards that has one of these triangles in it, it becomes part of your deck. So you buy it, grab it, put it in your discard pile. So now that I've confused everybody, So sometimes I find, not necessarily with a simple deck hand like this, but sometimes I find it's easier to buy things kind of incrementally because if you see, I'm gonna buy this for one. I'll put it in my discard, and then it's gonna refill as I play it. And some things do different things based on the order in which you play them. So now I'm going to and I can get a mystic or a heavy infantry. A heavy infantry is going to give you +2 fighty things, and a mystic is going to give you +2 gem things. So I'm going to go ahead and get that based on what is in the lineup. I think we can manage with that. And I could play this, but I literally can't do anything. Up here keeps track of where you're at. Then you want to end turn. This is so annoying because it makes you play yourself, which I feel like is such a dumb thing. But okay. Okay, so I have 5, so I could buy this, or I could buy a mystic and a heavy infantry. Typically, you're going to want the nicer things, but not always. Now, I talked about the points at the end of the game. The points for each card are at the bottom left of the gem cards. And then each monster has like a thing that you gain for defeating them. So I'm going to play all, get this Watchmaker's Altar. Constructs, like that one was, it's basically once you put in your deck and it comes back around and you play it, it stays out the whole time. So they're pretty sweet. So again, I'm not going to be able to do anything with this one militia. I'm going to do 2 for the Spike Vixen. So when I play it, eventually, I'll get to gain 1 of the stabby things and then draw a card. So now we got 2. And just like Magic has colors, it has 5 colors, it's got blue, white, green, black, and red. There are 4 colors the cards in this game, and each of them kind of has like a vibe to it. So Lifebound is going to be different from Mechana. Mechana is all about constructs and kind of playing on itself. But they all typically, when they're called factions, typically when the factions are played together consistently, they kind of play off of each other. And I'm going to just show you that this does absolutely jack shit for me right now. I like how it shows me like I was not the one who did it. I guess because you could be like passing it back and forth or something. But okay, so now with the militia, I could be I can defeat the cultists at 2, and that's going to give me 1 victory point. Victory points is what is over here in the little stars. So I'll show you that you can sometimes summon defeat the cultists, reward 1 victory point, and then I'm gonna go with a heavy infantry just to see if you don't use all your points in a turn, all your resources in one turn, you forfeit them at they're totally wiped clean. Okay, so here we see I wish it would let me see. Okay. Draw a card. You may banish a card in the center row. So this is a good card to play first, which is why I like to play cards individually rather than just throw them all out there. Banish a card in the center row. So this is something generally that I don't want the other person to have, or it's just like kind of cluttering up the space. Now there's two of these guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. That looks like a weird, like, acid trip. Charizard or something. Okay, so I have uh, 5 gems. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a mystic. Can I just like double click on it? Okay, because I was like, just dragging things sucks. So I have 4. I still can't do anything with one militia. So I'm gonna do 2 heavy infantry. Okay. Still not enough to get these big boys. This music is kind of like makes me want to sleep. Like, and I'm not even keeping track of like which person is which and has which. Sandwich. Okay, so we can look at Spike Vixen, and it says in the middle it says Void Hero. So Void is the faction. It's purple. You gain 1 thing to fight, and then you also have to draw a card. So drawing a card early on is good. Okay, now this is gonna be good because we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I can defeat any of these. So here I get 1 victory point and 1 of these diamonds. So this would be good to add to my diamonds this turn. And 4. I'm gonna banish a card in the center row and or a card in your discard pile. I can't express enough how much banishing a card in your hand or discard pile is important because it really helps narrow down the good cards. All of the cards we started with, the apprentices and the militia, they don't have any points, so all they do is get in our way. So that's really good. And then here, gain 2, banish a card in the center row. Got to do this one. Okay, banish a card in the banish that sucker. I thought I got to do a one of my. Oh, I don't have a discard. That's why I was like, what is going on? And now, bing, bang, boom. feel like I'm in a spa. I feel like maybe that's why I felt that. I feel like I'm in a spa. Have any of you played Ascension or another deck building game before? Okay, so first we're gonna. So this is the Watchmaker's Altar Mechana construct. Once per turn, gain a diamond or a gem. You may spend it only to acquire a Mechana construct. So, like I said, this is where it's very specific about how you use it, and it gets put in a different place at the top of your thing to show you that it's for a specific thing. That I just said thing like it made any sense. So I can see that the other version of me has 5 victory points. So what are they called? So like they're like little gems in the physical version. So those so I forgot. So with Ascension, you count the corner of the cards, the number at the corner of the cards, and you add that to the number of points that you get from defeating monsters. So that's why they're stars in both. So you just add them together. We're at a spa. Do 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 do. Okay. So this allows you to draw a card. Really fantastic ability. This gives you 3. Very good. But drawing card is always going to win for me. Quick turn. Is this okay? Is this fun? Is this boring? Is this stupid? Is this okay? So I'm gonna go ahead. And then this says once per turn I get the thing, right? So I have 3, so I can defeat any of the monsters with 2 tormented souls, so I can gain 1, draw a card, which is pretty sweet. The Memphis says gain 2, and I can banish a card in the center row. And then let's see. The other one is I gain 1, and Samuel's Trickster gain. So that to me is the weakest card. I'm gonna go ahead and again, I just really like draw power. It's pretty freaking sweet. So I got a heavy infantry, so I can go and I can defeat the cultists. But this is out now. So let me see. I don't think there's any 2-drop reds things. So this is the deck that the cards in the lineup are drawn for. I know you can't really see. This is the deck that the cards in the lineup are drawn from. When the deck is done, then the game is done. In the physical version, when you stop, which actually might be from these things too, when that goes to 0, let me see. I don't want to speak out of turn. but the game ends when this is empty, and I think when this is empty. Gotta double check on that second part. So this gives this and that. Now I got another card somewhere where it says a gem and a fighty thing, and a gem or. So you have to pick. So that's where it's good to kind of know where you're going with things, and that's why its order matters. Oh wait, it's not a fighty thing. It's a star. That's cool. Gives a star every time. Okay, so I can get Land Talker. Discard if you do draw 2 cards. That's pretty sweet, and it's a 2 cost. If we look, it's 1 versus 3, but this is 3 times the cost. But this is going to give a lot more potential every turn. Earth Tyrant. I haven't seen that card before. It looks cool. I wish you could zoom like you kind of can in Magic. This is just a personal habit of mine. I like to do my monsters first, just because it's less thinking about the long run typically, and it is more about kind of that immediate, what are you going to get from defeating that monster. So I have 5. So I could do, so all of these are 3, so I do 3 and the cultist. Get to draw a card. Okay, so we're still having the same thing where I like to draw cards. This is an excellent card, Shade of the Black Watch. Kills it. But I do like this one. But I like draw, but banishing is always going to be my favorite. It's banishing, then draw, and then other mechanics for me. I was just thinking how stupid it was. That, like, probably no one's watching this that like gives a shit about how to play this game. But if you want to play with me, the low price of $10, you can also play this game. Which it's a fun game. It's a fun game. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna read my cards. So draw a card, can banish a card in the center row. Gain 3. This or that. So I need to kind of know where I'm going. So draw a card is pretty much always going to be first. Okay, and then banish from the center row. Now, I think the other one is doing a little bit better with their stabby things, so I'm going to take this out. I'm going to put all the cards except this one up, so I don't have to count them, and I can just see what's going on. When you're planning on buying 2 anyways, buy the cheaper one. And then now I can either add 1 here, or I can add 1 here, and I can add 1, and I can make them destroy a construct. So this is pretty sweet. Right there. Yeah, so see how both of these numbers, this one and this one, are going down. So when either of them hits 0, that's when we end the game. Okay, so we're at 3. We can buy any of these. God, this game gets long when you're playing it against yourself. It's a lot more fun when you have other people playing. Okay. So this lets you draw a card. This lets you draw a card. And it's a construct. So oh, did it not let me draw a card earlier? I thought it did it automatically. Sorry. Okay, well, I'm getting this. I guess because it uses the word may instead of draw a card. Sometimes those little triggers are. And you should be able to like look at things that people did, and like when you're like playing against them and stuff like that, like you should be able to, because like think about this deck as like, or this, let me out of here. Because if you're playing on a table, like the only thing that you can't see is someone's hand, because that's how they're gonna play. But everything else you would be able to see, if it was face up, like in a discard pile and stuff like that. So you can look at other people's stuff. Okay, so I don't own any constructs with this one. I do like Demon Slayer a lot, but let's do Rocket Courier. Oh, gotta play the. So this plays off Lifebound, which is another faction. Okay, I'm gonna remember to use this first. Okay. Three and three. Nice. So this is gonna give me at least um, one star each time it comes up. Hi. Hi, little pee-pee pants. Hi, little pee-pee pants. Okay, so this is that or that. I wish there was a way to do like select all and then you deselect, kind of like Magic. I'm so spoiled now with Magic. Okay, so three, that gives you a draw card. Now we don't have any big monsters in the lineup. So that should be something you note, and then you start to shift how you're playing so that you're not trying to get monsters all the time, because you get to the point where you're like, I literally, like, I guess I'll defeat the cultists like 13 times. There's but also we're getting like I forget how many you start with. But we're at least halfway through the game, if not more. Oh, can banish a card from the center now. And at the end of the game, start looking at how much each is worth. Too. Yeah, some of these cards I've never seen. I've never seen this fly trap. Oh, because it has more expansions. Because usually I'm playing either the base like initial one for free on my phone, or I played Delirium. That makes sense. His little yelling. Ah! I am ADHDing hard with my 3 drinks right now. For those of you who don't know, I went to aesthetic school, and this type of music would be playing all the time because it's spa and all that stuff. So it's just like it's putting me back in that place real hard. This deck right here is doing a lot better. Player 1 seems to be doing better. Sometimes you really can't tell, but that's why you always buy the cheaper ones first if you're going to buy 2, because then you get 1 and you're like, okay, can't do anything. So banish that. Again, it might seem counterintuitive, but you're tightening up your deck, and really that card doesn't count for anything at the end, so it's better to get them out of the way because you'll have a more refined deck. See, this is what happens when you defeat all the monsters, and then you just have to defeat the cultists like 50 times. You just poked yourself in the eye. Why'd you do that? Hi, beautiful Fourier. He's so handsome. Honestly, I really was not doing well today. I was really not doing well today when I thought he was gone. Now, the militia and heavy infantry, those two, it looked fun. I'm sure you saw it very up close. See, that just worked out like that, where you can buy all those things in one turn. So you never know how it's gonna shake out. Now, I want to read. Let me see it. Come here, damn it. Oh, this won't get any larger. Can spend it only on a construct. Okay, it's got to be a construct. That's smallish shit. That's a little annoying. Draw a card. Other me might like this. See, this draw power is just freaking sweet. Now, yes. Okay, so I have 9. Leaving work, coming in to say hey. Hey, Daniel. Welcome in. I am playing Ascension, which is a deck building game. Different from Magic. I started with playing Magic and was like, I want to change it up. So this is on Steam, and you can buy it for $10 US. And it's really, really fun to play. It's, in my opinion, a lot less intimidating than Magic. So if anybody ever wants to play with me, you can. And I have been like describing how to play it like the whole time, which might be more confusing than it's worth. But I hope you're doing well. I had a stressful day. Scotty went missing for like 24 hours, and it was just a stressful thing. So I'm glad he's home safe. My neighbor found him uh, close to his apartment, and all is well now. But I was so nervous. Okay, this is the this or that. Oh, it did give me a heads up that I didn't defeat the cultists when I could have. So that's cool. If there's like an option for you to buy or defeat something. No. I thought it could scroll. Could not. Okay, we're getting to the very end of the game. That's why this is glowing. So focusing on how many we can get. Look, these are the same, and this is 3. Okay, so now this is at 0. Okay, so like I had kind of assumed player 1 was doing better, just had a better flow to it, and beat that other one. So hopefully that was fun to watch and hang out. Hopefully that was fun to watch and hang out with. If you want to play, like I'm basically begging for someone to do, let me know. Otherwise, that's cool. I'll do it. Do you? But yeah, I'm going to. I just need to like come and like play some games and just chill out because it's been a crazy day. But thanks for hanging out. I hope you are doing well. I I was planning on doing my tutorial for that sun bag, um, the market bag, tomorrow, but I rescheduled it. I might move it back till tomorrow to tomorrow. I think I will, but just in case you didn't see it and you were looking for that. But yeah, I'll be working on this tomorrow. If you haven't seen it, it's a reversible bag. So I wanted it to look like a sun. Looks kind of more like just like a flower, which is fine. It would be really cool if you did brown in the center, had a little sunflower. And then it flips inside out. Just kind of flip it, flip it, flip it, like do it like 8 times. And becomes a little market bag. It's just like this. It'll stretch out. So if you want to learn how to do this, I won't be doing it in these exact colors because I think if you can do the basic stitches, you can probably handle the color changing, mostly because I don't want to sew in the ends again. But it's very easy. It's super cute, and I think you can adjust the sun to be a bunch of different things. I think it looks kind of like a pie anyways. So if you wanted to use the designs of like the pie trivets and use that to design yours, I think it would be really cute. So anyways, thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate it, and I will talk to you later.